Welcome to the Bard of All Trades podcast. I'm your host, Brad the Howdy Bard today, and the guest that I have on today brings me great pleasure. Professional badass, Russian black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, Aleks. And before we get into it, I just want to give a few shout outs to my sponsors. Valley Jiu-Jitsu, if you guys want a week free of learning how to beat people up, reach out to them and mention me and you get a week for free. Also, BNB Media, if you guys need any help with any streaming or videography or even audio, reach out to us and we'll take care of you with that. And finally, darklegacy.net. If you guys are interested in sci-fi and creative writing and really cool horror stuff, check that website out. There's some really awesome content there. And finally, a giant shout out to my Patreon supporters, Chris and Sam. Welcome to the show, Aleks.
Hey, Brett. We're gonna make you famous after this one, man. I like the head, but it was beautiful, man.
I think I'll challenge you in jiu-jitsu. We'll see if you can tap me in 60 seconds. I'll give you the hat.
Yeah, man, we can do that whenever you want, man.
Hell yeah, man. We're gonna definitely take a trip out to your gym. So you train at Cosma BJJ, which is near Philadelphia.
Yeah, Cosma BJJ, Northeast Philly. It's in Lower Moreland, Montgomery County. It's not far from all the Russian neighborhoods in there. So, yeah, if you guys are interested, you can stop by and train whenever you want, whenever I'm there. You got my cell.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll definitely be stopping in. Yeah. So, there's like I know about like Chinatown in Philly. I didn't know that there was like a Russian
it's a Russian Ukrainian town in Philly as well. It's Northeast Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever been there,
I used to live in near what's it called? Manayunk.
Okay.
And like
you probably had a lot of Ukrainians there. Yeah. Now it's a lot of Turkish people as well, Uzbeks, Kyrgyz people. Like me, I'm from Kyrgyzstan,
Okay.
But I'm Russian, but I was born in Central Asian country where like Muslim religion is the number one religion in the country.
Yeah, for sure.
And I never actually lived in Russia, but it's kind of strange for some people to hear that.
Yeah, especially with your accent.
Yeah, straight up Russian accent.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. You have you ever heard of that FPS Russia guy
on
YouTube? No, you've never seen him. He had like all the guns. He's like
I heard about Crazy Hacker. You saw that guy?
Oh, dude,
bald-headed guy?
Maybe. Yeah. I see a lot of that different stuff. But obviously, like today, we have tons of stuff to go into. But to respect how we met, I want to start with Jiu-Jitsu. So can you please tell me, like, how did you start training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and how did you become a black belt and professional badass that you are today, man?
So it's actually a great story, man. So when I was 11 years old, my mom, she left to United States basically to find a way to give us a better life,
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed there in Kyrgyzstan with my grandmother. So at that time, I wasn't training nothing, when I was 13 years old, I started training like Greco-Roman Wrestling and stuff.
Nice.
You probably heard about it.
Definitely.
Probably.
There's a guy in my gym that's obsessed with it right now. His takedowns are crazy.
And in Kyrgyzstan, man, like everybody's about that. Even if you don't train, you're gonna know how to wrestle because everybody wrestle.
Yeah.
So when I got to States, I had no English, man, and I was 16 years old. So I went to 11th grade right away,
Wow.
So it was a big shock to me because I was wearing like a skinny European jeans, and I went to, you heard about George Washington High School in Northeast?
No, I don't know.
So it's like a city school, man.
Yeah, of course, bro.
So I'm there with those like skinny
yeah.
jeans and everything, looking all European, like nice haircut. And I'm walking in and there was dudes with beards, like big ass pants, like all gangster looking guys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm standing there, I'm shocked. No English, no friends, nobody, and I walk inside a high school and I see metal detectors, man. I never seen metal detectors before,
I was in a pretty ghetto high school myself. we started getting metal detectors after, this is a funny story. Someone lit like fireworks and threw them down the stairs and someone thought it was like an active shooter.
Okay.
And they were like, one of my friends got trampled. It was fucked up. So they started doing metal detectors after that.
So yeah, anyhow, man. Yeah, so it was a shock, like cultural shock for me,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, listen, I don't speak English, what am I supposed to do here? Like there's no friends, even though I met a couple of Ukrainian, Russian guys, I met a Kyrgyz guy right away. We had like a small community in high school, George Washington High School. And then I'm like, yo, you guys have wrestling here? And one of my Turkish friends at the time, like, yeah, we do have wrestling here, and you don't have to speak there, you know.
Yeah,
you just
that's
take,
awesome. You just
you
fight.
just take people down. I'm like, yeah, sounds like a plan. Sign me up. So I signed up for wrestling, and I did 2 seasons in high school, and then after I was done with high school, I'm like, yo, I really like to be in shape, you know, because I like when you do wrestling, they have that hardcore training.
Of
You know,
course.
I think first of all, I think wrestling like has the most hardcore training
The
like
culture
ever.
is
Yeah,
hard.
they're the
for
hardest
sure.
people. You know what I'm saying? And I like that feeling, and I'm
Yeah.
like, after
Don't tell that to a boxer, though.
yeah, it's a good point. So I'm like, yeah, I was done with high school. I didn't go to college right away, and I'm like, I wanna do something else. And I was talking to my mom at the time, and I'm like, Mom, should I just work out, or should I just do like, I don't know, MMA maybe? She's like, yeah, I think MMA is better because you're gonna be able to use it, like you're gonna be able to use your body more and stuff, you know. You can get better with that. And so I signed up to the gym, and they closed down right now. I don't know if you heard about it. Daddy's Fight Camps, North Philly.
No.
They one of the first. I think they were the first MMA gym in Philadelphia or something like
Wow.
that since 2001 or something like
That's
that.
crazy, yeah. So,
So-
around what year was this that you're like graduating high
Yeah,
school?
it was '08.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, wait.
So you're
Yeah.
I graduated in 2010, so like
Okay.
we're pretty close.
No,
to
I
age.
graduated '07. I started MMA stuff in '08.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
nice,
so,
nice.
Yeah, so I guess I'm older than you. How old
Yeah,
are you?
I just turned 30.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 32, so
Yeah.
we're almost there.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. So from there, man, I was doing MMA, and I was doing Muay Thai. I did a couple of fights, like amateur fights
Yeah?
in MMA. Yeah.
What's your record? I'm curious.
I had a one fight. It was stopped in the second round. It was I was like 19, 18 years old at the time. I didn't know what I was doing. I just saw the cage, and I'm like, yo, I want to do that because I saw
Yeah,
that in the
it's
movies and stuff.
badass,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty cool, and I just tried it. But yeah, I got lucky. The fight was stopped in the second round. He had some kind of issue with his eye or something after all the punches.
Yeah, for sure. you were just landing bombs.
And then second fight I had, I lost by points. The guy was actually Golden Glove boxer,
okay,
so
yeah.
he was pretty good on standing
sure.
up. And first couple of rounds I was able to take him down, but then in the third round I kind of like my conditioning like went off. I had no oxygen.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got me by points. And same thing with Muay Thai fights. I had 2 fights, and one was done like in the second round again.
Yeah.
Because I got him in the chin, and he was like complaining of the pain, and they just stopped the fight. Again, it's amateur.
Yeah.
And the second fight I lost by points again because of my condition.
Yeah.
I was
That's
just
how it
done.
goes, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, and then like
You're an easy guy to bet on. For like if I was watching your
yeah,
fight,
if
I'd be
it's
like,
less if it's less than 1 round, I'm good.
Yeah.
Then it's 3 rounds. No, my condition is not there. You know.
yeah.
But yeah, it's better now though.
Yeah,
Don't get me
hell
wrong.
yeah! I saw you training the other day at Saga,
Yeah.
and it was like that's definitely I saw, man. You were like one of the last dudes on the mat, so I know your
Yeah.
cardio is hard.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's what I got from wrestling actually. They tell you got to be the last one on the mat. Always train with everybody. You know, go hard. Like, shout out to Kyle Myers brothers from
Yeah.
Saga, man. They're always about the hard training, man. You know,
Yeah.
I love to go to their gym and stuff. Great people, man.
Absolutely.
And,
Giant shout out.
And by the way, if you have a neck problem or you need a chiropractor, you just ask Kyle, man. He's gonna be able to fix your neck
Yeah,
problems
dude.
with that guillotine, man. He helped me, man.
that guillotine will
Yo,
fix it
he's,
right
he's
up.
a beast with that guillotine, man. And Danny,
Yeah.
man, Danny leg lock guy, man. Really, really, you roll with Danny.
I did, man. Me
you
and
know.
Danny were having
Yeah.
like a leg lock
Yeah.
shootout, man. I had some very fun rolls with Danny.
Aleks, man, is beast too.
Oh,
Wrestling,
dude.
stand up, no
Bro,
way, man.
Alex just crushes me like the
Yeah.
Hulk. Like he's so strong, man. There's nothing I can do to that guy.
So
man.
yeah, if anybody wants to go and get some hard work, man, Saga is the place to go, guys.
Hell yeah.
So as I was saying, and I was doing that MMA stuff, you know, Muay Thai stuff, and I see that Brazilian dude like doing Jiu-Jitsu classes in Daddy's fight camps, and I'm like, his name is Sideko, by the way. He just fought one of the Khabib's younger brothers.
Oh shit, dude.
He lost by points, but he was pretty good in the fight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm looking at him, and it was a little guy, man. He was like 125 pounds, and I'm looking at the guy, and he's going against like 300-pound guys, and he's just destroying them. I'm like, what the hell is what the hell is he doing? I'm like, yo, Sadeko, what are you doing? He's like, he just came from Brazil. He doesn't really speak English. I don't really speak English, so we're using like fingers,
brothers,
you know. Like, what are you doing, man? Show me, like. And he's like, yeah, it's called Jiujitsu, man. Like, it's a great sport, man. You interested? Like, yeah. I'm like, I did wrestling a little bit. He's like, oh, it's great for Jiu-Jitsu, because if you have wrestling base, you can use that for balance and stuff. So I start training with Sadeko in 2008, actually. So it's pretty, like, what, 14 years ago, I would say, yeah. And we were training and stuff. I didn't compete at that time, but yeah, Sadeko was my first coach. But then you gotta understand, I was still in Northeast Philly.
Yeah.
And to get to North Philly took me like 45 minutes. Sometimes it's like hour and a half, so it's pretty far from me, you know.
You were driving?
Yeah, I was I would work. I would work, and then I would drive there to train, you know, do Muay Thai. I would do Muay Thai classes, and then I would stay for Jiu-Jitsu as well. So basically, that was the time when I fell in love with the sport. It was amazing. I felt like you know, it's a superpower, man.
Yeah,
you know,
sure,
it's
man.
amazing. And then I start looking around for something closer to my house. You know what I'm saying? And there was that place, Rocco MMA on Grant and Bostleton. Great coach, Rocco. Shout out to Rocco. He's not coaching anymore. And I started training there, and he was like, "Yeah, you got good wrestling base, you know, a couple of submissions, so let's go do some competition." I'm like, should I be like go against the white belts or blue belts? And he's like, nah, you should go against the blue belts, man, because yeah,
you're too good. Yeah. You know too much. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you sure? So
sandbag.
so yeah, so first competition, it was like maybe 2010. I went against the blue belts, and yeah, I won a match, and then I lost a match. You know, it was nothing crazy. And you gotta understand, even right now, I'm doing jiu-jitsu. For me, it's like a hobby.
Yeah,
because I have a family.
Full-time job,
I have a full-time job, and I go out and have fun. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the same boat, man. Like, I'm a casual. Like, I train with some of the best guys around, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just
and
not
I'm
that.
thankful for that I'm
100%.
able to train.
Like,
with
I'm
them,
good enough to at least give them something like worthy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I trained there for a couple of months, but then I had another MMA fight there. I fought there. That was actually MMA fight with the Golden Glove champion. That's when I lost by points. And then I trained there for a little bit, and then I met Pete, man. Pete Kozma, man. That guy, I want to talk about that guy a little bit,
let's go.
So, Pete Kozma, man, first of all, this guy, man, he was like my mentor, you know, like, he was like my second father, you know, in sport and stuff. He's just a great human being, man. He's a first Moldavian black belt in like the whole country. He was the first one who got the black belt. Yeah, he was. And another thing about Pete, he had this little school, MMA school / Jiu-Jitsu. You know, they were doing Jiu-Jitsu. And when I got there, and I rolled with one of the best guys there. His name is Oleg Alf. He's Kyle knows that guy. He trains at Martinez right now. Martinez BJJ. I don't know if you heard about that place.
Maybe not. Yeah.
So Myers brothers, they know him. They used to train with him. So I rolled with Oleg, and Pete saw me rolling. He's like, "Yo, dude, you want to be my first blue belt?" Because he had like all white belts.
Yeah.
And after the first day, he's like, "Yo, you want to be my first blue belt? Come in tomorrow. I'll give you a belt, man." I'm like,
awesome.
"Yo, yeah, let's
Hell
go,
yeah,
man."
That's awesome, man.
So I was Pete's first blue belt, and I was Pete's first black belt as well.
That's amazing.
So
man.
yeah, this dude, let me tell you this. When I was rolling with Pete at that time, man. You know, like when you feel like a baby going against like a giant. You know,
100%, man.
His hands are huge, man.
Yeah.
His bones are huge. He's so strong. But the thing is, he never worked out. He's just naturally strong. You know, it's amazing. He's like he grew up in the village in Moldova, you know, and he was working since he was like 8 years old, you know, in the fields and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, just doing manual labor.
Yeah, and because
farmer
of that,
strength, they call
because
that.
of that, he's got that strength, you know. I mean, he's 45 years old right now, but he's still kicking my butt till today, man. He's a good dude, man. Shout out to P Kozma, man. If you guys want to train, he can show you how some good stuff, man. He's a great guy, man.
I want to stop by. I want to meet this guy.
definitely. So from then, it was 2011 when I joined Kozma BJJ, and from then on, like it's been my home, man. I got my black belt, and I got my black belt there in 2018. And yeah, I've been training there. I'm helping out with classes sometimes when I can, you know, and it's my home. Yeah, that's how I got my black belt, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you tell me maybe what was the most difficult part of your jiu-jitsu journey coming to black belt?
Yeah, it's a great question, actually. You know, I think when a lot of people train, especially jiu-jitsu, and they have those questions, you know, when should I get that belt? When should I get to the next level? And that was one of the questions that I had. But the more I was doing jiu-jitsu, the more I started to understand that it's not about the belt at all, you know.
100%.
Especially now, you watch on YouTube, you watch those videos, the guys blue belts, man. They coming out to train, they coming out to competitions and go against the black belts and brown belts, and they get first, second place, you know. It's amazing. So that's
Gifted.
Yeah. But with Pete though, Kozma BJJ, he was about, if you want your belt, you gotta show me that you can beat. Like, let's say you want a purple belt, right? You gotta show me that you can beat a good purple belt. You know, if you just want a purple belt, I mean, I can't just give it to you because it's responsibility, you know, because you're gonna go against the blue belt,
and
blue belt is gonna
representing me.
Yeah, it's a
my
responsibility.
My gym is a lot like that, man. Like my coach is very encouraging for us to compete, and if we're not competing, you rank up slower than everyone else. You know, because he wants to see you test yourself.
Not even just competition, because you go from school to school and you can get a lot of people 100%. Not even going. Let's say you don't have any money to compete. Let's say you don't have any money to register. Let's say you don't have any friends to sell tickets to.
Right? Yeah.
How you gonna compete?
Fights,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's gonna watch you, and we used to have a lot of schools stopping by.
Yeah.
And he's gonna watch you roll, and he's gonna see, like, listen, my student has no issues with those brown belts. You know, I think he's ready for the next step. Or if you want, you can go and compete, and he's going to be like, okay, you go and advance, you know, against black belts, brown belts, get a first place. I can give you that black belt. You know, I have no issues with that. So at least you can show that you can beat somebody on that level.
On that level, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was his point. He was all about that, and I think he still thinks that way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a responsibility.
That's a good way
you know
to be. I think that's a good way to do it.
Like, But on another hand, belts are not only responsibility. It's your time you put in sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a black belt who's 60 years old, and of course, like, younger blue belt can beat him, but it's not about that anymore. He put in the time to get that black belt. You know what I'm saying? So it's responsibility, time, and effort all together. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. And I think that's Pete's opinion as well. You know what I'm saying?
I think most like competitive, like current, like mindset guys have a very similar belief on that, man. That's awesome stuff. Yeah. So also, you just finished doing a Naga and you podium. Tell me a little bit about that, man. Tell me about some of those matches.
So that was kind of interesting too. So because I'm going to talk about it now, I just want to shout out to my police department. Lower Moreland Police Department is the best department in the country, man. If you guys try to become police officers, that's the place to go. Also, shout out to my administration, Chief David Scorata, great guy. He's all about jiu-jitsu black belt himself. Chief of police of my police department, awesome, jiu-jitsu black belt himself. Awesome. My lieutenant Scott Smith, great guy, man, great leader. Like, he's on top of everything there. So about Naga. So Me, it's easy, man. My department pays for my competitions.
That's sick.
Not my department. We have this program in our healthcare system with our department where you get
cool.
like you want to go to competition, how much they charge? Oh, $100, here you go, $100.
Yeah, that's super
you know
cool,
what I'm saying,
man.
so
yeah.
It's no brainer for me, so I do like if I can get reimbursed, I'm gonna do that competition. And sometimes I'll pay for a competition if I'm really interested in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I registered to Naga, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready. I was training again with Myers Brothers, you know, they helped me a lot with that. I was training in my gym at Cosma BJJ, you know, I'm getting ready, and on Monday I start feeling that sore throat, man.
Oh no!
You know, and on Saturday is my competition, you know. And you know when you get that cold like symptoms, you get weaker. Your system, you know how it feels.
100%, bro. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm not going back. I'm just gonna go through it. Whatever happens, I'm going there to enjoy it. You know, I'm not gonna get stressed out about it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm competing, I'm going there to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm changing my nervousness into excitement. You know?
Dude.
You know,
I
love it.
I like
man.
that. Yeah.
And so yeah, I was feeling like okay, but not 100%. But I still went, and I had 3 matches. Unfortunately, I won all of them by points, even though I love submissions. You know?
Yeah.
But it's really hard because everybody's defending, everybody not trying to get.
Your
You
level,
know what I'm saying?
course,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? Like but it was fun, man. We had a great time. I'm gonna register to Good Fight as well on March 12th.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. Good Fight is good because it's a submission only.
Yeah,
you know, I love
man.
that stuff.
That's
man.
awesome.
Submission only, so I'm gonna do that as well. So yeah, Naga, man, they had. I rolled against Ben Paris. He's an instructor at Precision BJJ. I don't know.
Man. I do know Precision. Yeah, there's some badass
yeah.
people out there, man.
Yeah, he was pretty tough, man. He's good. I feel like he like Danny. He likes leg locks, man.
Yeah,
so I'm like, no, you're not touching my legs, brother.
They have a modern. They're on the meta, you know. Like whatever's on the cutting edge of jiu-jitsu, they're on it.
Yeah. Great dude, man. Great role with him. I had another guy, I don't know, like Jose Ortiz. I think he's a brown belt. He was pretty good, and and I had another guy. I forgot his name, John something. He was from another gym called the Lab BJJ. I never heard of it. He was pretty good too.
That's crazy. You remember their names. I never remember people's name. When I go compete, I don't want to know who you are. You're just that red enemy.
Yeah,
like, that's it.
Yeah, but like I said, I try and have fun. Before, like when I compete, every time I shake hands, I'm like, good luck, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll have fun.
It's an honorable thing.
Yeah.
I'm never like oil checking them or something. That's sick, man. So let me ask you, what's your favorite rule set to fight under?
Submission only, man. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. No time, you know. Like
no time sub only. The grappling industries.
Yeah.
My last time that I won a competition, I got double gold. Was that?
Oh, really?
No time limit, sub only. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get that gold, man? When you go in there?
Well,
like in matches, how long was the matches to?
So normally
to get the
in my gym we train like 6-minute rounds.
Okay.
Every round went a little bit over, like either between. It was a little under 6 or a little over 6, like either 8 minutes or like 4 minutes, somewhere in there.
Yeah. What's your favorite submission?
Oh man, let's see.
You gotta tell me, man.
That's a good question because we gotta roll with it. Right? You gotta watch out for
I'll
it.
tell you mine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kyle knows mine.
Yeah. Let me think. Lately, I've been really enjoying heel hooks, man. I really like. I've been going for a lot of leg entanglements.
Okay.
I'll show you a video after the podcast. I did the last Naga. I did not win, but I broke my first opponent at that Naga.
It happens.
Yeah, it happened. He should have tapped. Like I gave him time to tap. He went for a straight ankle on me. And I countered his straight ankle with my own by wrapping like outside. I'll show you the video.
Oh, okay.
But then I got him in it, and it was gi, so I was able to take this and just go. And I said, brah! I'm like, dude, why didn't you tap? I had that was so tight, like you were done.
Yeah.
There was no way you were gonna beat me. Like,
so you one of those guys? I like
I like leg locks, but I've been messing around with some other things lately. A lot of I've been doing, like I said, some wrestling stuff too. So like those aren't submissions, but like technically, I've been enjoying. Like I tried to get Danny with like the crab ride. Like with I've been doing a reverse De La Riva thing to get a crab ride. Danny was like not letting me get that shit on him. He was like, "Get that shit out of here."
Yeah, so, he's pretty good.
I've been working on some things like that. Yeah, I like
cool.
to invert and stuff. But like I said to you as well, I've been really enjoying like some things I've been doing off of Russian ties.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, man? Like tell me.
Yo,
like,
everybody knows that, man. My favorite is darts choke, man.
Yeah, the darts. Yeah, you probably. I'm looking at your arms. I don't want that shit on my neck at all.
Yeah, darts choke is way to go, man.
Yeah, that's sick, man. What's like a good setup that you?
Good setup for when somebody's going for a takedown, man. Double leg takedown. You sprawl and get him with darts.
You
man.
Do you get like the head and arm and just like sink it?
Sprawl and just.
I can't wait. You have to show me later. That's good shit.
Yeah, I'll show you, man.
Yeah, just do it to me and then show me. That sounds good. Yeah, that's sick. So let's talk a little bit about like the culture of like the Ukrainian stuff a little bit, like with the Russian side of things. So I know you have friends on both sides of like this fence, and obviously we have a lot of conflict. We don't have to go super down like this rabbit hole, but it's definitely something I wanted to bring up.
Let me like what you call show the line here. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So I'm not gonna comment on Ukrainian situation right now at all because a lot of people suffering. You know.
Yeah, it's terrible.
A terrible situation right now. It's war, man. It's war, and I have my Ukrainian brothers, and they ask me not to comment because we're getting conflicting information every day.
Yeah, the media is corrupt,
you think
man.
something is correct, but next day you know it was not correct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be really careful with that information you get. You know what I'm saying? But to everybody else out there, do your own research on Ukrainian situation. I just feel really, really terrible for innocent people who's suffering right now. For all the kids in the country, you know, it's terrible what they're going through. You know, I can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? I feel terrible for all the soldiers for all the dead soldiers right now. You know, their families. They don't have to go through it. The only point I want to make is like, you know, with the war, you're never gonna see children of high-level politicians in the field of war. You're never gonna see children of rich people who's connected to the government in the field of war. You know, I think they should send their kids. You know, they should see how people suffer.
Everyone,
you know what
right?
I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a quote, the powerful quote that I think about this is, when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die.
Yes, you know? yes. So my thing, I'm against the war. I'm against about what's going on in Ukraine right now. I think we live in 2022 right now. I think people can have other options. You know,
of course.
For example, like have a conversation. Diplomacy, send somebody out, you know, talk it out. You know, people, especially innocent people, man, they don't have to die, you know. There's no point. And you can, like, once somebody's dead, you can't bring him back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't reverse that, like you said. But yeah, like about Russia, like I said, I'm not going to comment on the Ukraine situation. I just feel bad for all the people who are suffering. On Russia, man, you know how it is in Russia, man.
I know a few things.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, government is different there. It's not like here.
Of course, man.
You know, I don't want to say a lot of things about Russian government too, because you know,
of course, it's a political thing.
Political thing, and like I said, we gotta check the information we get. You know. Everybody
that's a great takeaway, man.
Yeah, they have to do their own research, you know. If you're trying to get information, don't just watch the news, you know what I'm saying? Because they tell you whatever they want you to hear.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Do your own research, you know. Check your own information, you know.
I think even like I was in the military, and I remember speaking to a lot of guys.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
sir.
Thank you very much.
My brother is in the military, man.
Yeah. And like one thing, I've talked to a lot of high-ranking people who were like overseas and stuff like that. I never got to deploy with them, but I remember discussing this with them, and they always said like a lot of what you see on the news is not at all what's going on, man. The best thing you can do is get an account from someone there, and with that internet the way it is now, you can see what people from like Ukraine are saying, you know?
Exactly.
There's people in there that can tell you what's really happening. Don't trust like CNN and Fox News. Those two are like paid off so much. It's crazy.
We have so much information right now. It's all right there, and like open up your computer and you can find it. You know, it's not hard, you know. So yeah, that's I mean, unless you have any other like questions that I can answer.
How about can I give you like my take on some of the things that I had, and maybe you can comment on that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So one really interesting thing that a lot of people are saying is like they're scared like World War III is going to happen as a result of this because of like Russia and NATO and things like that. And then I remember hearing something to the effect of Putin saying if there's a lot of interference from NATO with what they're doing, because like their goals with, you know, Crimea and stuff like that, like, you know, do your own research, like Aleks pointed.
Yep.
There's a lot of like vested interest there, but he said something to the effect of like the retaliation that you will be met with will be something the likes of which you've never seen before, right? That in warfare. And a lot of people are thinking that means nuclear war, but I have a different theory on this, and I think I mentioned it to you a little bit before the podcast. And like we got the sticker right there that kind of says it. I think right now, currently, because of the way Russia handles cybercrime and how like a lot of the way that the hackers in Russia and the like ATP like groups there can get away with doing foreign hacks, and like because you only really get punished really bad in Russia for hacking Russian stuff.
Yeah.
But if you hack outside stuff, it's not the way.
Yeah.
So because of that, they're developing some of the best like cyber capabilities for warfare, I think, in the world. And I think that's what we're going to start seeing more of. Like you already saw them interfere with the election.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you on that.
They're probably very capable of slapping down the grid in a lot of different places and countries. Like that is where I think is really bad. And finally, like my final sentiment why I don't think like nuclear weapons are going to be the first thing is because like, are you familiar with MAD, mutually assured destruction?
Yes.
All the countries that have nuclear weapons have policies in place with that. If you send mine are going in the same direction. We're both going to suffer.
So that's your answer. I think it's not going to happen. You know why? I'm just going to give you little points. Let's say you the president of the country who has that bomb. You have a lot of money. You have kids. You have properties all over the globe. You know, you're going to send that rocket somewhere. It's all gone. All your friends, everything's gone. And you're going to die as well because somebody else is going to send it as well. Yeah. So that's the reason I think nuclear war is not going to happen. Yeah. It might be conflicts here and there, but not nuclear war. I don't believe it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They can only go so far. You know, if it's nuclear, everybody is going to die.
Yeah. You know? 100%. I think like I can't remember like the numbers, but I know that there's more nuclear weapons that exist than the Earth can withstand. Yeah. To be hospitable to human life. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure every country is aware of that. Yeah. And there's.
So what's your take on the situation right now? You can be straight up honest. With me, you know
definitely.
Like.
So. I won't act like I'm an expert in like Russian and Ukrainian affairs. I did my own research. I tried to find the most unbiased stuff that I could about the situations going on. And as far as I'm aware, I think the fact that NATO made it difficult for Ukraine to join and now they're trying to like make it better, that's kind of like it goes back to a similar thing that you said, man. Just like these politics where, you know, it's really the politicians and stuff like that, no matter what the news is saying, that have vested interests in like, no, like we want to keep a buffer zone between us and Russia, you know, whatever it might be. I think more local government is better and big government is bad. That's kind of where my opinion lies. Like there's local issues that need to be addressed, and the best way to do that is to give more local power to these places that need it. And what's going on right now is a travesty. And
so basically talking about democracy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
People have to choose, you know what I'm saying? Not people at the top. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. And you know, I just want to tell you one thing. came to this country because this country is the best country in the world, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful country. United
I was just
States.
arguing with someone about like Trump and Biden, and I was like, look, man, like no matter what either of us think, because I don't like Trump or Biden. I think both of them are poor representations of what America stands for. That's what it comes down to.
And it's great because you can say that. You can say that here freely.
Yeah.
You're not
you
gonna
can't
get
say that
killed.
in Russia.
You know what I'm saying? That's the point here. People don't understand. We
that
can
freedom
talk
of speech
freely
is
here
incredible.
about the government.
Yeah.
You know, about anything we want.
Yeah.
The only country in the world where prostitute can take president to court, United States.
Yeah.
Man, that's the freedom.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Nowhere else, man. You're not gonna find that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened with Trump. Basically, what Russians saying that he was taken to court by that female. I don't remember her name. That's crazy. That's insanity. That's freedom, man. Anybody can like take on anybody with law and order. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So that's an amazing part about this country, and I love this country to death, man. My brother is in the military. I thank you for your service. You know, I will fight for this country. You know, even though I came from Kyrgyzstan and I'm Russian. You know, but you know, it's a beautiful country, man.
Yeah. It brings me so much like. I don't even know the word, man, but like I respect people who come from other countries so much because like I can't relate so much, but like my mom's Puerto Rican and she came from the island to come here with like you know $100 in her pocket, and like the stories I hear from people who have come from like crazy stuff to come to the United States and actually appreciate it. Like even like I have friends who are like, you know, illegal like immigrants from Mexico. And like they respect like what America is more than like people who are born here, and it's crazy to me, you know, that people think like, oh, America's like the worst place. It's like we have so much here, and there's a lot that's wrong, but we need to know like
there's no perfect system in the world, you know. The crazy part about United States, like no matter who you are, man, you can have your opinion. Doesn't matter. Like you want to be, I don't know, a porn star, you want to be like whatever, police officer, you want to be a Navy SEAL, you have your opinion, you know, and they're going to listen to you in the court of law. That's crazy how even people here, you know, if you go to Kyrgyzstan, for example, you know, there is no middle class.
Yeah.
It's poverty
rich or poor.
and there's rich people. Again, connections or no connections. Here we have middle class. We have freedom of speech, like you told me. You know, it's amazing. You're not gonna find it in anywhere in the world. I think maybe some countries, but like on the level that we have it here,
not even close.
Yeah, not even close.
Can I ask you? This is like an interesting thing. I like to. I'm a big privacy advocate as well. We were talking a little bit about like encrypted messaging apps too. Like, interestingly enough, I saw this statistic pop up on Reddit. I was reading an article where the number of users for Signal, the encrypted messaging app that I prefer, has boomed in Ukraine because like you can't snoop the messages like you can with
because they try to hide they try to save their information, you know?
And they want to like maybe if they're trying to get out of the country, you know, they don't want people to anticipate them leaving and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because one thing about like regular SMS texting without using an encrypted like application is your ISP or like your provider can snoop that. It's all plain text, you know, from end to end. And it's crazy to think about that stuff. I'm always thinking about the hacker end of things, but like some people say like they don't care about the right to their privacy because they have nothing to hide. But I always think like to equate that's like saying you don't care about the freedom of speech because you have nothing to say. Yeah. You know? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, listen. If we're gonna have like hidden cameras in our houses, we're not gonna like other people to see that. It doesn't matter who you are. So doesn't matter what you say. You need your privacy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with you on that.
100%, man.
I'm about the privacy too. I need my privacy. I can be open and talk to people, you know, but I need my privacy, you know. Sometimes I don't want nobody know, especially in law enforcement, we need that privacy because we can like there is some things we can't talk about, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna ruin the case, you know. If the case is ongoing, investigation is going, everybody everybody, even government needs a privacy.
Yeah.
And local people, civilians, they need a privacy too, you know.
I think you have a very unique perspective because of like the law enforcement background, but I'm going to play devil's advocate and try to get your take on a thing. So let's say that there's a criminal that has like an encrypted like laptop with all of his like drug connections or something like that. What's your take on that? Privacy still good?
Yeah, man, you got to understand, even if I think he got some kind of information in there that can be used against him, I still got to get a search warrant. It's again amazing country, man. Other countries, they would just take your computer, open it up, like, you done, man. We see the evidence here, you done. If we do that here, police officer or law enforcement officer is going to get in trouble. You need a search warrant signed by a judge. So that means the judge is going to go through it, and he's going to see there is enough probable cause there to get that laptop from you. You know, you can't just get it. And if you're going to open it up without getting a search warrant, and it's going to start, like, you know, like when you hit on, and it's going to start, that's it. It's no more admissible because you opened the laptop already. You ruined somebody's privacy. That's how crazy it is in here. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely good stuff, man. I'm very pleased to hear your perspective on that as someone that works in the field.
Yeah, I respect people's privacy, man. Like, you know, I'm like, listen, law enforcement is we serve people, you know.
Yes.
You know, we help people. We arrest people as well. We check law and order. We gotta make sure there is no criminals running around and stuff. But we are servers, you know what I'm saying? We serve the community, and a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of police officers don't understand that.
Yeah.
First thing we do is serve people, you know. Then we do everything else, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. So you gotta respect everybody's privacy as a police officer.
Dang. Definitely. Yeah, that's an awesome perspective. I'm very pleased to hear you say that. Let me ask you a little bit about like your experience with like law enforcement. So how did you get involved with that? I'm kind of curious.
Oh, it's a great question as well. So when I was in Kyrgyzstan, so at that time the country, I don't know about now, but at that time country was suffering with corruption and poverty.
For sure.
So the crazy thing about Kyrgyzstan at that time, it was like 2004 and 2003. You would drive your car, right? You would get stopped by a police officer. You wouldn't get pulled over. It was different back then. They use like a stick, and you're driving, and they wave the stick, and you gotta stop. And if you don't stop, they chase you.
Oh wow!
So they wave that stick. You gotta stop. And I remember I was driving with my friend. I'll tell you like about the level of corruption there, and I'm gonna talk about it more because it's not only law enforcement in that country's fault.
Yeah,
it's a government's fault as well. Of
course, right? The corruption starts from the top down.
Yeah. So we got stopped. It was right before I immigrated to United States. We got stopped, and the operator, my friend, he's like, "Dude, I have no money," because that's the first thing you're gonna think about. When you're getting pulled over there at that time, you need money to pay, because when they stop you, that's it. That's like you gotta pay money or they're gonna take something from you.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I'm like, bro, but what do you have? He's like, I got 2 apples and cigarettes, man. I'm like, let's see if we can talk to him, you know? So he comes up like, yo, boy, we were young. Like I was even younger. I was like 14, 15. He was like maybe 17, 18.
And like, and when you're 16, you can drive there?
Yeah. Okay. I believe so. I don't remember, but I believe so. And we were like, yeah, officer, what was the violation? He's like, I'm not going to talk about the violation. You listen, you broke the law. You got to pay what you got.
That's crazy, bro. Fuck that.
But it was normal. You know, it's normal. It's normal thing in the country. You know, it was because first thing he asked me, like, yo, you got money? I'm like, no, I got no money.
Yeah, I'm like 14, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
man.
We're in the poor side of town, bro.
He's like, yeah, I'm not going to talk about violations here. You broke the law, brother. Like, yeah, you gotta pay, man. Now, like, you can't break the law. And I'm like, man, sir, all we got is cigarettes and apples. He's like, what kind of apples are those? I'm like, those green apples, you know what I'm saying? And he took cigarettes and apples and let us go, man.
That's crazy, bro.
The reason for
ruined your party for later, man.
That's all we had, man.
That sucks, man.
The reason for that, though, people gotta understand, man, they don't get paid there, you know? That's the only way they can survive, man, by taking bribes, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but it is what it is.
Because the cops there are in the poverty. Like,
they're on the poverty level. Yeah, if you're not gonna take bribes, you're not gonna be able to feed your family. You're not gonna be able to buy clothes. You know, you're not gonna be able to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, what would happen if you didn't have anything to give them?
They probably would just take. They would just take the car and say like, okay, you want the car, bring the money, and we'll give you the keys back. Something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
yo, that's crazy.
Now it's changing though because everybody got cell phones now. Like now it's like globalization. Exactly. They look at the laws here. They look at the laws in other countries, and they try and be similar. Because technically it's a democratic country. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So
they're kind of fucking.
But people have no idea, man. I came from poverty too, man. I was people like the police officers and sergeants and stuff. They make fun of me at my work. I used to eat dumplings with grass and salt because we had no money.
That's crazy.
We would take like grass and we would put some salt in it and we would make a dumpling and we would boil it and just eat it because we had no money. It was crazy. Dude. And that's why people...
Some people don't get it, man. Like, they don't understand the struggle at all.
When you get here, you get everything, man. Like, look at here, man. You want a car, you can get a car. You want a house, you can get a house, man. Whatever you want, it's here, man. You want to talk about the politics, you want to talk bad about politicians, go ahead and talk about it. Nobody's going to kidnap you. Nobody's going to do anything to you.
You're not going to end up in a drum with acid.
Yeah, man. If you don't have connections there, if you don't have money there, man, it's hard, man. You know, and probably people, immigrants from other countries like Cuba, like Puerto Rico, not even Puerto Rico is the United States, from other countries, I don't know, like any other, Moldova, they probably gonna understand what I'm saying because they seen that, you know, they've been through it, you know, and it's a lot of people don't understand, and we as immigrants, when we come here, we can thank this country, we can thank this system, you know, for what we have here, you know what I'm saying. And when I get a job, let's say I became a police officer, for me it's a big deal, you know.
For sure.
Like, it's amazing, you know, I'm thankful, you know, I'm so happy. But a lot of people, they're just, like, you know, miserable here. Because they don't know the other side.
Exactly,
they have no idea, you know.
I love to hear this perspective from, like, other people because it makes me feel like, oh, man, like, I'm having a bad day because it's raining. It's like, shut the hell up, dude.
You have no idea.
That's a bad day for you. Get the fuck out of here, man.
See, my thing, I don't complain. And people, like, at work, they know that thing about me. They know Aleks not complaining because I know the other side. I know how bad it can get. You know what I'm saying?
Like, this isn't bad.
And let
this
me
is
tell
a
you,
good day over there. Yeah.
Let me tell you this thing, man. Remember you asked me about Anthony Peronas?
Yeah.
So these guys, like shout out to Peronas, man. He's my partner. I'm his supervisor right now. I'm helping.
He showed up on the podcast briefly on the last episode.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He doesn't complain, you know. He's not the one who's gonna try and milk the system, man. He's a hard-working police officer. You know what I'm saying? But crazy part about this guy, he never been anywhere but Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica, when you go to Jamaica, it's not like you going into the city. You just go to resort, you know what I'm saying? You have fun with the family, eat all your food. You don't see the actual Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? And I was talking, we were on night shift one day, and I'm talking to him like, yo, I'm thinking about going to Kyrgyzstan. Because I'm going to Kyrgyzstan in April, by the way. So that's why I'm not saying anything about Russia, about the politics right now, because I don't want to get kidnapped there.
Damn, dude. Good luck, bro. You'll have a hard time
everybody,
anyway.
I'm going to Kyrgyzstan. I'm not going to tell you the dates. So I'm like, Anthony, listen, I'm going to Kyrgyzstan, man. He's like, can I go with you? I'm like, what? Because he was born here, you know. I'm like, what?
He doesn't get
with
it.
me? Like, what?
This is crazy stuff,
I never been anywhere, man. I want to travel, man. I'm like, hell yeah, man. Let's go, man.
He's gonna go.
Yeah,
no way.
We got the tickets already,
man,
dude. So we're going to Kyrgyzstan, man. Anthony is going to do like a presentation for my. We're gonna get into my school, and I have the English teacher. I think she still teaches there. I'm just gonna put him in front of the class, and I'm just gonna tell him this is how American looks like.
Damn, that's
and he's
so
gonna
cool.
talk about America now.
That's so cool, dude. That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
If it was another time without the conflict, I might be more pressed to be like, yo, I want to go to like that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
Anybody who wants to go, man, let's go.
Hit me up, For real. So I have some comments from some people. I just want to see if there's any like specific questions. Doesn't look like it. Just like some comments and stuff. So I wanted to ask, like, do you have any take on, like, a lot of people say like cops who train jiu-jitsu are better and more equipped for the force and stuff like that. Like, what's your take on that? Like, some people think you have to be a blue belt to be a cop. What do you think?
It's a great question again, man. Listen, jiu-jitsu for police officers, man. It's really important to understand that jiu-jitsu gives you confidence. And confidence is the key to safely operate as a police officer. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't agree more, man.
You know what I'm saying? That confidence is going to save you one day, brother. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to keep you from drawing this,
yeah,
too.
Exactly,
It's going to give you some more steps on the chain.
When you're a white belt, you know how to control people. When you're a blue belt, you know how to defeat bigger people, and you know how to control them as well. So I would agree on that blue belt thing, but I know realistically we can't have everybody as a blue belt, and and just it's impossible to have everybody as a blue belt,
Yeah.
But we can try and start going that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try and train people more, encourage people, talk about it more. Because we, like I said, shout out to my chief David Scalrato. He created a program.
Like the adopt a cop thing?
Oh, man, no, it's even better than that, man.
Let's go.
See, I have a beard.
Yeah?
So to get that beard, I got to train every month. So if I'm training every month, jiu-jitsu included, it's DTAC. It's like defensive tactics. It's for police officers, but we include jiu-jitsu in that as well. So you go out and train for 4 hours, and you get a beard. It's an incentive.
So if you don't, you have to be clean shaven every day.
You got to shave. So we have this program. It's 4 hours. You come in, you get 4 hours. It's voluntary training. You don't have to. But if you come in, you get comp time. Comp time you can use for vacation. You get beard, or you can work out on duty. So it's amazing. We used to have like maybe 40-30% of the department show up. Now we have like 70% of the department show up.
That's awesome.
Chief Scalrato has created a program where he, using that jiu-jitsu, not even culture, to teach his officers how to be confident, how to be able to control somebody, how to not go for that gun right away. You know what I'm saying? It's going to keep you from getting injured, getting lawsuits against you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's going to keep you from a lot of things. But a lot of people don't understand unless they try. Because a lot of even officers in my police department, when they first tried, they were like, whoa, I did not expect that. It's like a superpower on your belt. You know what I'm saying? When a smaller guy can control a bigger guy, technically that's all you need when you try to arrest somebody who doesn't want to be arrested. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
When you can teach somebody how to conserve their energy while controlling the other person. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And nowadays it's more, more applicable because more people trained. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's an MMA fighter nowadays, brother. You know what I'm saying?
So you better be one too.
Yeah. And shout out to Dylan Royce. He's a police officer as well. He's a black belt from Precision, and I think he's trying to get that culture in his department as well, like jiu-jitsu culture. He's trying to show police officers to that jiu-jitsu is important, and not only jiu-jitsu. Elements of jiu-jitsu is important in police job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'm big into that, man. I'm one of the instructors from my police department.
That's awesome.
Police department right away.
That's badass stuff. Can you tell me? Have you ever had a jiu-jitsu story for like on the job?
On the job?
Yeah.
So we are really fortunate because we don't really we in Lower Moreland, man. Yeah. Like we don't really have a lot of people kind of like, resisting. Me personally, I don't remember that I had to fight somebody on the job in Lower Moreland. Yeah. Not even I worked in Philadelphia before, not even in Philly.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
But couple of our officers
they
probably
had to look at you and say, all right.
And hear my accent too. They're like, nah. That, if he dies, he dies, and fortunately I never had to use any of the techniques I teach by my officers did. they used it.
Yeah, can you give me a story you've heard on the force? You don't have to say who it was.
So yeah, one of our officers, he's a Spanish dude, really nice guy, Tom Rowland. Shout out to Tom Rowland. You know, he's my friend. We work together. He had a guy, he was resisting arrest, and he was hiding his hands.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to get somebody's hands when he's trying to hide his hands. Like, don't cuff me up.
For sure.
And we have that special technique that we teach, and he was able to apply that technique and get the hands out of the guy safely without injuring him, without getting injured, and without tasing or shooting anybody, you know, which is a great achievement, you know, for our department and for him as well, you know, and for us as instructors, you know. I'm glad to see my officers using those techniques.
To see them implement the right thing.
Definitely.
I had a really awesome guest. His name's Tomas Garcia, who's a cop, who actually has a really cool demonstration for a similar thing when you have a bad guy like hiding his hands, how he implements like using some leverage to get the hands. I'll have to show you the video. It's really
he's
cool
probably trained in GST. You heard about? He talked about GST at all?
Well, he's in New York, so I don't know if
GST it's Gracie survival tactics.
Interesting.
It's coming from Gracie family.
Yeah, Henner runs that thing.
Yes, he's probably familiar with that. So to become an instructor in my police department, you gotta go through GST, what's called level 1. It's like a week training, and they have their brothers or their instructors to teach that class.
Nice, yeah.
And you get certification.
That's interesting.
And they
have you done it before?
Yeah, I'm a GST certified.
Yeah. What's your take on it? Do you think it's good stuff?
It's great. It's great amazing stuff for a police officer.
Yeah.
I think every police officer, not even being a blue belt, but they have to go through GST. Yeah, they should. They should go through GST, definitely, man. It's a great program, you know. And it's not as expensive as a lot of people think. It's like $500 a police officer. Most of the police departments can afford that, you know. No problem.
That's awesome. So it's like $500 per person, and it's a whole week of things.
Yeah, a whole week of training.
Dude. That's great. That's like a seminar from one of the original dudes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff, man.
Good stuff, man. Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like, do you have any other like stories that you can share, like that, like you're on the job? This, like, it's interesting because I'm curious, what's your perspective of like maybe something that you've encountered that's like not. So
let me tell you this this one. Before we talk about anything else, I promised one of my police officers to tell that story. Like, it's pretty funny. You gotta laugh at the end.
Yeah, I got you. It's easy to make me laugh.
So I have a sergeant. I promise I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna mention his name. So we were like, that's how people get confused sometimes, that me being from Kyrgyzstan and at the same time being Russian, because Kyrgyz people, they look Asian.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you know, you probably you saw Kazakh, Kyrgyz people, they look Asian.
Yeah.
I don't look Asian at all. You know what I'm saying? So
you just look like a giant, like Dolph Lundgren, like you're gonna hurt me.
No, I'm not.
I know.
You safe, brother.
Yeah, I know, bro. You wouldn't hurt a butterfly, bro. You're like the gentle giant.
Yeah, that's what they call me. That's my last name. That's what they call me. Yeah. So. And we talking, you know, and my sergeant like, Aleks, like, how come you, like, he was born here, you know, he's a great guy, man, funny as hell, man, great sergeant, really active, like, #1 arrest in the department from all the sergeants. And I'm talking to him, and I'm like, I'm from Kyrgyzstan, but I'm Russian. He's like, Aleks, how come you don't look Asian? So he was confused because he thought if you go to Kyrgyzstan with your wife, you're gonna have a baby, it's gonna come out Asian. I'm like, no, bro, it's not gonna come out Asian. You have Russian people in there, they look Russian. They have Kyrgyz people, they look Kyrgyz, Asian. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, okay. But now he's claiming it was misunderstanding. So I just want to let him know it was not misunderstanding. That's what you thought. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty funny, man.
That's good stuff.
But he's a good dude. I promised him I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah,
well, so
that's funny.
Did.
No, that's good stuff, man. Some people.
So if you go to Kyrgyzstan, your baby's not going to come out Asian. Just you get it, right?
But if you go to Philly, will the baby come out like black?
No.
Just kidding.
Not at all.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. There's so many jokes like that, and I have like, I'm a mutt myself. Like I have so many different like my DNA is all over the map of the world, and it's always interesting to talk to people from cultures that I'm not familiar with. So I want to talk to you, like we talked about like your grass dumplings, but tell me a little bit about like food. Like what's some really awesome food from like where you're from, and like what are some of your favorite things in America where we're at here?
America's eating cheesesteaks, man.
Yeah, you like the Philly cheesesteak?
Man, cheesesteaks is the best one, man. Central Asian. What are we talking about? Carbs. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, like if you're going to like a fancy like place to go eat, that's like your favorite like spot to go. Like, what do you get?
So, my favorite dish would be lagman. It's like, have you ever tried chicken pad thai?
Yeah, I know.
It's like noodles with meat and stuff. Yeah. It's amazing, man. We have a lot of restaurants in Northeast Philly, you go ahead and try it out. Yeah. Lagman. If you like rice and lamb, pilaf, plov.
Oh, for sure.
You tried that?
Yeah,
pilaf?
I've had pilaf before.
Yeah, I know Myers Brothers. They're all about Central Asian dishes and stuff. They love the culture as well. And we actually went to Southampton Spa. It's like a Russian spa, and they tried like. I think Kyle got borscht, which is Ukrainian
I feel like I've heard of that before, but I don't know what it is.
Anthony tried pilaf. He loved
what
pilaf.
Is borscht? What is
borscht
that?
is like soup.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. It's vegetables.
Like
vegetables, no meat though. So it's vegan.
Yeah, sick. Nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, but my favorite is lagman, and manti is great too. It's like dumplings but with no grass meat.
Yeah, let's go.
No more grass, awesome. Man. We had enough grass, but yeah. So yeah, lagman and manti. Yeah. I would definitely recommend that.
Have you ever tried the poke bowl? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
It's like a sushi bowl.
Yeah. I
like
tried
that?
it. Yeah, it's alright.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I like Asian, like Chinese, Japanese food. Yeah. I love it, man.
You like Indian
sushi?
Food?
I love Indian food. Yeah. Like all the cultural food, man. I love it.
You want to try all the stuff from everywhere.
I was in Thailand. I love Thailand food, man.
Oh, Thai food's so good, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
man.
I love to like try new food. So if I'm ever like in the area, is near Cosmo, is there a good place that has some like?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's easy to find too. One restaurant called Uzbekistan. Everybody who wants to try Central Asian food should go to Uzbekistan, man. It's right on Bustleton and Byberry.
Okay.
It's not far from here.
It's called Uzbekistan. The restaurant is
Uzbekistan. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. They also have Russian stores as well, where you can just buy food, different cultures, Georgian,
like the Russian stuff,
Kyrgyz, Kazakh, whatever you want. The store called Nekos Market. It's right on Bustleton and Red Line as well. They have Georgian places there, like we talked before, like it's like a multicultural USSR area, like all the people from USSR, Ukrainians, Georgians, Turkish, Kazakh, Kyrgyz, they all live there, so they have all kinds of foods in there, man. Mm-hmm. So if anybody's interested, they can go to Northeast Philly and try it out, man.
What's like a good snack? Like for me, like I really like chips and stuff. Like my favorite thing from my childhood is like plantain chips. Like, have you ever had that? Like, dude. Yeah. I love plantain chips. Is there like a snack from like where you're from that like is around that people can try out?
Yeah, it's a good question. Because I love American snacks, man.
Yeah,
dude. You know what I'm saying?
We got some good snacks.
Yeah. And they have them all over, man. They have them in Kyrgyzstan. We have American snacks there, everybody enjoys them. I'm trying to remember now. I know. Borsok. It's the Kyrgyz snack, man. It's just basically freaking dough, like in the oil, and it's sweet. That's you know what I'm saying? Borsok. Yeah, but that's all I can think of.
That's cool. That's good stuff, though.
But I don't like it. I like American snacks.
Yeah, American snacks are better.
Definitely,
that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff, man. I'm really like I want to experience like some of your cultures. So I'll have to come out. I'll have to come out and train with your. Like,
we can go to Russian spa too as well. Because Myers Brothers, they love spa, and whenever we go, I'll just send you a text.
Yeah, dude, definitely let me know. I'll be there for sure.
Definitely.
That's good stuff, man. So is there anything else that you wanted to bring up? I just want to like make sure we're conscious of the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat up all your time, so it's 5:00 now. I know we started around like 4ish, and I can definitely go down like some other rabbit holes and stuff too. But like you know what, one thing that I'm actually kind of curious on is like so when you kind of like how did you learn the language so well? Because I think you said like earlier, like,
you,
oh man, like
Thank
this is
you.
my second language, so
Yeah.
if I miscommunicate something,
Yeah,
like I
thank
was
you
like,
for
oh
that.
man,
But-
but you've been speaking better than like most of my guests, bro.
I appreciate that. So the language thing, man. The crazy part about it, though, we have a lot of people in Russian community, Ukrainian community. They live in Northeast for so long, and they don't get that American environment. You know, because you can technically be in
you're saying
Northeast,
in the
in
Philly
Philly,
area.
and you can just work with Russians, work with Ukrainians, work with Georgians, and never use the language. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and that's what actually happened to me as well. Because before becoming a police officer, I worked with Russians, Ukrainians, and Georgians and Turkish. You know, I never used the language. You know what I'm saying? But because I started working as a police officer and getting ready for all the tests and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, all the written, like all those like I don't know tests they have, like interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now I gotta get it. I started like watching movies with no subtitles. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So you don't like using subtitles?
Yeah,
That's
I
a good
don't.
way to do it?
I don't like using sub. If you try to learn, let's say you're trying to learn Russian, you know, you want to watch it like you start with subtitles, but then eventually you gotta go
gotta
without.
wean it
You know what
off.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
you get better. You listen better, and then I started getting like more American friends, because before that I had no American friends
Yeah.
at all. Like all Russians, Ukrainians, Kyrgyz, like I just want to shout out to my Dagestani friends, man. Dagestan. You know Khabib Nurmagomedov?
Fuck yeah,
He's
dude.
Dagestani.
Khabib's a beast, dude.
I have a lot of Dagestani friends, man. Amazing people. Shout out to Maga. Shout out to Abdul, man. I love you guys. We just watched UFC last night at one of the Dagestani
Nice.
friends.
I
man.
was just in. That's where I got this hat. I was
Yeah.
in Texas for 271. It was a Brazilian guy versus it was a Russian guy versus a Brazilian guy at the last one. It was a bloodbath.
Yesterday?
No, it was last weekend. I'm trying 271.
271.
Oh, what the hell's his name? I just like it's like I don't want to say it's like Kormov
Because
or
it's
something.
yeah,
like that.
because it's
like
a lot of Russians right now.
Yeah,
fighting
dude,
there.
I know they're all awesome.
But they gotta
fighters,
understand,
man.
like Khabib, he's not Russian.
No?
He's Dagestani.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
a different nation, like nationality.
They're the only
See?
ones that wrestle. Did you wrestle bears when you were a kid too?
No. But they like Dagestani people. You know, when you look at the Olympics
Yeah.
and you see like all those like Russians wrestling, but most of them are not Russians, man. They from regions in Russia, Dagestani, Chechnya. That's like wrestling is number one sport is there, like, in there. You know, that's why they're so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just going back to the language thing, like yeah, when I started working as a police officer, that's when I started using that language more, and I guess I got better. But everybody makes fun of me still, you know.
Yeah.
I got that accent, you know.
The second language you learned was Smash.
Yeah.
And then English.
Yeah. Like Khabib to smash
Yeah,
everybody.
I fucking love it. You say
Yeah.
that shit a lot? You
I-
should, bro. 'cause
everybody
you're brawling.
like-
that could be your line. man.
Everybody asking me, can you say if he dies, he dies? You know that Rocky?
No,
Rocky?
what is that? What is
You
that?
never saw Rocky?
Oh,
Rocky?
with Dragunov,
yeah,
the guy?
that was like the main quote. If he dies, he dies.
Oh, if you
know?
die. Yes!
You
So,
know?
yeah, go ahead, give me a
Yeah.
good soundbite. I'm going to take it from
If
you.
he dies, he dies.
Fuck yeah.
Something like that. My
I'm
Russian.
clipping that shit.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's how I got
awesome.
better.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking awesome. Let me ask you, like, I'm curious, like, do you play music at all? Because that's what they say, like, music is the universal language, right? Besides Smash.
I mean, I love music, but I don't
Yeah.
play. I mean,
Can
I
you
used
tell
to
me what kind of stuff do you listen to?
everything, man. Hip hop, country. I love country.
Yeah,
Some-
you like country?
Yo,
That's
man,
pretty-
I
that's
forgot.
very-
I used to be a truck driver, man. What are you
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about? If you're a truck
damn.
driver, you gotta love country, man. I was going through Texas listening
Hell yeah,
country,
dude.
no English, but listening
Yeah.
country. You know, it's amazing. But a lot of my friends are truck drivers as well.
Yeah,
like, you know,
okay.
It's, yeah, I did truck driving for 2 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
Long distance and local as well. So yeah, country. What else?
What are, like, some of your favorite things? Like, maybe, like, some of your favorite artists in America, and then do you listen to any, like stuff from, like, the Russian area, or, like, you maybe even European
So
stuff?
like you said, like with the country, I'm gonna go. I'm really bad with names.
Yeah.
With
no, not a big
you
deal,
know,
bro.
I just
Not a
love
big deal,
country.
bro.
You know, sometimes, and I don't know, hip hop, man. It's I think I don't know. You heard about Cassidy?
Yeah.
I like his thing, but he's kind of too.
hit or
you
miss
you
kind
you
of thing.
yeah you can't really be a police officer like Cassidy, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I'm honest, he's pretty good, like freestyle especially, he's really good. What else? I mean, Eminem is great. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool, man.
Uh, Tupac.
Yeah.
You
Do
know?
you like any like Asian stuff? Like
Asian. If I'll tell you, you're not gonna know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people. I like Costa Badiev. Like a bunch of people, man.
Yeah. I was just playing poker with a couple guys, and there was a guy, Russian Tony, that was there. Like,
Okay.
that's his name. Like, he opened the door for me. Like, I'm like, who are you? He's like, I'm Russian Tony. I'm like, that's awesome. He has an accent like you. And he was playing like some of his like Russian hip hop. I think Russian hip hop slaps. Like, it's pretty hard.
Man. It's funny you mentioned that because today I was in Ben Franklin Institute with my family, with my son and my wife, and I met a Russian artist. He's affiliation called Constanta, and he's like a rapper, you know what I'm saying? And I met him there. He's like he's big in Russia, but he actually lives in the United States, and he's a physical therapist.
Awesome, man.
Everybody in Russia knows him, and I just met him, like, and we used to hang out. He's from Northeast Philly.
That's so cool, man.
You know, I'm like,
you should tell him to come on my show.
Yeah, man,
Like,
I'll tell him next
On
time.
the bus. You should go check it out.
Yeah, I'll tell him next time.
That's
yeah,
awesome,
so,
man.
I like his music as well. He's really good. Constanta, If you guys listen to Russian rap, Constanta.
Send me like your favorite song of his. I'll definitely check it out. I have a question here for you. Do you listen to Russian Village Boys or Grupa DLB?
I don't even know what it is.
You don't
honestly,
know those? I've never heard of them either.
Russian Village Boys, man. I like it though, man.
Yeah. I have a question too, like about like the family thing. Like, so the family that you're living with right now is. Did you kind of like meet your wife here or that's awesome, man.
So first of all, I want to thank my wife and my mother. They are the biggest support that I have, man. Whatever I do, doesn't matter if I want to train, if I pick a job, if I want to do like intermittent fasting, whatever I do, they support me. Like to anybody out there, you gotta check your support team. Like either your family or your friends. If you got a good support team, you can go far. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing stopping you, man. So I want to thank my wife Christina. Shout out to Christina. You know, most beautiful woman, man. Greatest person, man. She's the best. We've been together for 8 years, man. We got a beautiful son, Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. He's only 4 years old, you know. My mom, Svetlana, man. Lana, she's the greatest mother. She basically raised me and my brother by herself, you know. Great support team.
Your brother trains too?
He used to do boxing a little bit, and it's kind of my fault because like when he was younger, I used to train him hard. Yeah, and he would do like hard sparrings, and he's like he would cry and spar, you know, but he would go at it. But now he hates it because of it. But he's pretty good at boxing. But he does work out, you know. But he's not doing any mixed martial arts stuff. Yeah,
boxing is rough on the body, man.
Oh
like, Jiu-jitsu is too, but it's like your brain is.
Oh yeah. You retire in 20.
Boxing. For real. Seriously.
So yeah, I met my wife at Starbucks, man. She's a Russian. She's Russian. She's from Russia, Voronezh, and we met at Starbucks, and I talked to her for like 5 minutes. I was with my friend. We got done talking. We got outside, and I told my friend, that's going to be my wife. And he's like, she's not going to marry you. I'm like, you'll see, man.
You'll see. That's
and in 4 years, we got married, and everything's been like great. After that. No complaints at all, man. Great family. I'm blessed, man.
Yeah,
Thank God for them, man.
You don't have to answer this. Like, I don't know how
your
your wife would take this
I'll
one,
tell you if I'm not gonna answer, man. I got no problem with
I'm curious, like how like a lot of people like regard like Russian women to be like the hottest like women.
It is. I mean,
how do you feel like the difference between American and like Russian women? Like,
listen.
Be careful.
I'm gonna tell you that my wife is the most beautiful woman in the world, but I can't comment I can't comment on that. Sure. You know what I'm saying? You tell me.
Fair enough.
You tell me.
I gotta go. Yeah. I gotta go to Russia and tell you.
You got a wife?
No, I have a
So
girlfriend.
Who do you think is more beautiful, Russians or Americans?
I mean, my girlfriend's the most beautiful one.
Yeah. See. Good answer, man.
So what is what is your wife's like culture? Like, where is she also like?
She's not from Central Asia, so
Okay.
she's straight up Russian from Russia, man. But yeah, she like that's a great question too, because if you take Russian from Russia and if you take Russian from Central Asia, completely different people.
Really?
Mentality is different. Everything's different.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Great example. So when I was in Kyrgyzstan, I could wake up in the morning and I can go to my neighbor's house, go in the fridge, get a drink, go to sleep in his bed. Nobody's gonna say me anything. I don't have to knock. They're gonna be like, "Oh, it's just Aleks. He's sleeping. Okay, you hungry? You know, anything you want?" And I can just use their bed, use their house like it's mine.
They're like it's very family.
Yeah,
like, very tight community.
yeah. Hospitality is on a different level in Kyrgyzstan. In Russia, it's more like here, you know what I'm saying? So that was I guess an adjustment for my wife because of my hospitality. Because when I get friends, like I'm gonna give you everything I have. You know what I'm saying? You want this, and we have that mentality. That's why most of my friends are like Dagestani, like Kyrgyz, like because we have that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I'm gonna call my friend like. I have a Ukrainian friend. He's from Kyrgyzstan as well. His name is Klim. I know if I'm gonna call him or Abdul or Maga at 2:00 in the morning, and I'm gonna tell him, listen, I'm in Texas and I'm broke down and I have no money, and you gotta fly out and like whatever. Like they're gonna fly to Texas that night. You know what I'm saying? That's friendship is on a different level for us.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm
it's
saying?
like you make a brother.
Yeah,
with a friend.
That's why when you hear like Khamzat Chimaev or Habib Nurmagomedov is talking, they always say brother, because they're used to it. You know
Yeah, it's that I'm very much like that with like my family is very tight and like that, and when it's just the way we are. We all say we love each other. It's like, I'm very open. Like even my jiu-jitsu gym, every time I leave, I'm like, love you guys, peace. They're gonna kill you tomorrow. It's very good. That's really cool stuff, man. Let me ask you. I'm curious, like, from like a cultural perspective on like the way we kind of like have the school system here versus like where you're from. Like, how do you feel like? Do they teach different things? Like the priorities of like what's taught. Like, do they focus more on like math? Or like religious studies, like I'm curious,
So I got to United States in 2005. I went to 11th grade and everything.
Yeah.
No English, but math. No need to speak English, man.
Yeah.
Just numbers. So it was in 11th grade, like regular math class in a regular high school. I got to that class first day, and I'm looking at the teacher, and she's like putting those numbers on the board, and I'm like. Because I was terrible in math in Kyrgyzstan. Terrible.
Yeah.
But I was pretty good in 4th grade. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, is it fourth grade stuff?
Yeah,
I'm like, damn,
this is easy stuff.
That's cool, man.
This is cool.
I'm like, easy, man. So the first like test, no English again. I just wrote the answers, and she thought I copied somebody, but I had the highest grade in the class, and she's like, wow, damn, like look at that. So it was pretty easy. But when I got to college, like when you get to calculus 1, it like kind of evens out, But in high school, math was like.
Way easier
than
That's
Kyrgyzstan.
Crazy, man.
Because they like those post-USSR countries, they're really, really hard on math.
Yeah, they want engineers.
Yeah,
that makes
and
sense.
the structure, like the system, the school system is different. Like how here you go, like let's say you have like one class, then you go to another class, and you have completely different people in the class.
Yeah.
You know why they created that?
No.
So you don't get a bully in the class.
Mm.
In our system. You go from grade 1 to grade 11 with the same people to every class, and you're gonna have your leaders, you're gonna have your bullies, you're gonna have like other, like people, and that's you know what I'm saying.
I'm glad I asked because that's a really cool perspective.
That's why I think, my personal opinion, I think that's why they created this, because we have a lot of bullying here in the United States. That helps. You don't create that person who's like controlling the whole class.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And in our schools, like you get into a new school. This is new class. He's gonna be like, yeah, I'm the guy here who's a new guy. You wanna fight, like stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. That's funny, and everyone just wrestles. So it's like it's in the culture. That's a cool perspective, man. I think is college more affordable there too? Like is like the post like education like into the next echelon?
As far as I know, like government colleges are free.
Oh,
you
really?
know what I'm saying? But you can pay extra to go like American-oriented colleges or Turkish-oriented colleges, and you gotta just pay extra. But education there is not expensive.
Mm.
But if you get a certification there, it's not gonna be accepted here. So don't mean anything.
Yeah.
But it's not expensive.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's a better thing in there.
You make smarter people. You have better equipped like citizens to do the bidding. You know.
Yeah.
That makes sense from like I'm thinking like the engineering perspective and stuff. Like Russia creates some pretty crazy stuff. Very unique ideas come from there. I was just watching like something with my dad on like World War II. Some of the planes that they developed to fly very close to the ocean to get under radar.
Yeah.
That stuff.
They
crazy,
got some smart people there, man. No joke.
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
In here too, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know, it's different layers and stuff. Do you think they kind of? I know in Germany there's a big push for people to be like apprentices, like when they're teenaged. Do you think like that's similar in Russia, or is it kind of like you're free to kind of do what you want?
Like, what do you mean apprentice?
So, I don't like I've never been there, so I don't want to like say this is the way it is, but my understanding is that like when you become of age, maybe you want to be a baker, so you go and you learn under someone who bakes, like has like a bakery and cooks, you know, so you learn under them, and that's part of like your schooling.
Yeah, I mean, like especially in a business aspect. You know what I'm saying? If you want to open up a bakery, you gotta learn how to bake. Mm-hmm. And I think anywhere you go, you're gonna have to start with baking first. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But if you want to just get a job like 9 to 5 and be in the office, you go to school for that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I think it's the same. Yeah.
That's interesting to think about. What about like weapons? Like I know like is that a different cultural thing? In Kyrgyzstan, are you allowed to own a gun?
No.
That's another thing I think America is
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
a lot of people have mixed feelings about, but I think it's a good
that's
thing.
why it's a democracy here, man. Nobody wants to go against people. There's guns, man. Yeah, man. I mean, there is no guns unless you're a police officer or something.
In Russia, in general, or just Kyrgyzstan?
In Russia as well, but you can't have a gun with like rubber bullets, you know. But it's like but it's not like it doesn't consider like a fatal weapon. Yeah.
They're called here like LTL, less than lethal.
Right?
Less
than lethal. Yeah, you can say that. Mm-hmm. But they have different terminology for that.
Of course, yeah. So you can't like have an AK-47.
No. Unless you're a politician, you got all the connections in the world. Then
you're gonna have a whole
whatever,
basement full.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about that stuff, man.
Yeah.
What about like what kind of things have you noticed like as a police officer that you feel like is pretty interesting? Like you've shot a lot of guns now.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like thoughts on that stuff?
So I'm on the SWAT team as well. Shout out to Montgomery County SWAT
bro.
Team East Division, man. The best SWAT team out there. Leadership is amazing. Andrew, Shay, Milligan, man. Mike Milligan, amazing people, man.
Do you guys have like cool like call signs? Like
man,
are you the butcher?
Everything's cool in the SWAT team, man. Everything's cool in the SWAT team. We got all kinds of toys, man. I can't talk about all of them, but yeah, we use different like weapons.
Tell me a couple like that you can talk about.
Yeah, we like SWAT teams. They all about safety too.
Of
we have a lot of good shots here. Like best guys on the team, man. I'm blessed with my people, on the SWAT team. But we all about safety. So we use a lot of like special cameras, to like look for people. We use a lot of
like
robots,
drones and stuff.
That's cool. All that stuff,
Yeah.
Like we use bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, I shot bunch of guns, different guns, And
what do you when you're on the SWAT team? What do you carry?
AR.
Yeah?
AR is
you like the AR-15?
AR and a pistol. Mm-hmm. It's a normal.
It's like
it's
kit.
a standard. Yeah. You gotta be ready for anything.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna be the shotgun guy.
You can. They use me for hands-on though.
Yeah,
I'm a hands-on guy. We had a job a couple of days ago, and one of my leadership guys, his name is George. He's a good guy, and he's like, who's going to be my hands-on? Where's Aleks? Oh, Aleks, hands-on.
Yeah,
because they use me for hands-on all the time, But yeah, it's a great team, great people. We do everything on a like highest level possible. Real professionals out there. I'm blessed to work amongst those people, man. Great people, man.
For sure.
Shout out to you.
It's very difficult to be involved with like the SWAT team. So it's what were some of the things that stood out to you as how you got involved with the SWAT team?
That's a great question as well. Since I was 13 years old, I wanted to be a SWAT team operator, my brother.
That's
even
awesome,
in Kyrgyzstan. Man. But when I got to United States, I was like, young teenager, and I was like, man, to become a SWAT team operator, I gotta become a police officer first, And I'm like, all my friends, you're not going to become a cop. What are you talking about? I'm like 19, 20 years old. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And then when I got a little bit older, I changed my perspectives, and I decided to try in law enforcement. And then in Philadelphia, unfortunately, I didn't have time to become an operator. But when I got here, it's like I went through testing. It's physical. It's interview, shooting, and you gotta score like high.
Yeah, of course.
And I was fortunate enough to get on the SWAT team, man, with Montgomery County SWAT East Division, man.
What was the most difficult part for you, like for that trying out to be the SWAT on the SWAT
interview,
team?
man?
Yeah, the interview
language,
part,
man. I told him when I got on
the physical stuff. That's easy.
Yeah, I told him, man, on the interview, like, you guys not gonna understand anything. You can ask again. They're like, no, we got you, man. We got you. So they were pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But interview, cool. I'm always like, I'm getting better with English and stuff. But I always
you speak very well, man.
Thank you, man. But I
always
like
be a CEO now, man.
I always like concerned, like people not gonna understand, and it's like they ask you like serious questions, like what do you do here, what do you do there, and you gotta like give a straight up answer. And if it's gonna be like a language issue, and they're gonna be like, I don't know if we should take him. So that was the mentally, even though I was like going in there like it was a holiday for me, you know what I'm saying? But mentally, that was the hardest part. Physical shooting in the heart.
Yeah. I have a question. Someone's asking me what your thoughts on Hasbulla Magomedov.
Yo, man, he's been punching everybody in the face, man. He's the gangster, man. Gangster of Dagestani, man.
This guy says, do you think Brad could take on Hasbulla?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I'll hook him, bro. He's small, but I'll get him, dude.
Nah, I don't know, man. He's got all those Dagestani connections,
I know,
man.
bro. I'll get fucked up.
Yeah.
And then someone else says smash.
Yeah, smash, brother. Yeah.
I was in that's where the guy that I got this hat with, that was the Jew. We were in Texas watching UFC 271. So let me ask you, man, like, are there some fighters that you look up to that you're very like that you maybe emulate their style?
So to answer that question, I gotta tell you, first of all, when I look at the fighters, I try not to look at their personality. I don't care about their person. I don't care what they say,
shit and all that.
So by saying that, I love Conor. He's like, I think he's not like right now. He's like, I think he's getting ready to retire.
He's pretty washed up now, yeah.
But his striking like 7 years ago was amazing.
Incredible for sure.
Wrestling, I love Khabib, of course. Islam Makhachev, amazing wrestling. Like, it's like they're on a different level, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
For sure.
And all around is Chimaev and Kumar Usman as well.
Dude. Yeah, for sure, man.
I also like, what's his name? He's in Kumar Usman's weight.
He's a Russian guy?
No, American. Covington.
Oh, yeah, Colby Covington.
Cody Garbrandt is amazing stand-up, man.
Yeah.
Amazing stand-up, yeah.
Well, we had a guy for UFC 271 from Philly. It was Jeremiah Wells that won his match, dude. That shit was crazy.
Sean Brady, another one, man. Sean Brady, dude, man.
He's a beast.
Strong as hell, man. He told me he was going to stand by to one of the DTEC trainings at Memorial Day.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Is he a cop as well?
His family is police officer.
Oh, that's sick. So he's connected.
Yeah,
he goes in there and helps him out.
He's a good dude. I think it's going to be a good matchup, Sean Brady and Chimaev, man.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be a great fight.
There's very few bad fights like in the last few that I've seen, man. I'm so happy. The one I went to, man, there was 2 rear naked chokes. And put the dudes to sleep, and like there was so much blood in that one fight. Yo, Jew, if you're watching right now, what was the one? It was the Brazilian guy and the Russian guy. Remind me of the names, man. I can't. It was Silva is the Brazilian guy. It's like something De Silva versus.
Because I don't watch every.
Yeah, of
UFC,
course. But this one, man, like we went to see it live, and it was like it was crazy. Like Derek Lewis fought Tuivasa, and Tuivasa won, and he's doing shoeies all over the place. It was crazy, man. And the Whitaker fight was great, man. Versus Stylebender, man. That shit was. Yeah. It was so cool to see just the highest.
Who do you think won the second one?
Because it went to decision, right, man? Yeah. Dude, I'll say Whitaker looked super good in the first round, but I guess he just got pieced up in the other rounds, man. Yeah. I think if he could have got him to the ground, I think Whitaker could have probably maybe got some submission stuff going, man.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
I was very impressed with both of them, man. They both looked great. I don't know, like it is. I think the style matchup is like, it was anyone's game. Like betting on that was gonna be rough. Like, but man, Adesanya is a beast, dude. There's a reason he's at the top, dude. Yeah. Like, he's overpowered.
Yeah, he's actually another one that I like. Stand up Adesanya, man.
I like that he's very like precise, man.
Yeah.
Watching him move is like. He just knows, and it's just like the strikes with the legs. Oh, bro. I watched that shit, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do it. I'll be watching, like, you ever watch Street Beefs?
Yeah.
I fucking love Street Beefs. I'll be watching that, like, yo, I got to do MMA. And then I'll watch UFC. I'm like, maybe not, actually. It's the fucking scary stuff, man.
So that's the only thing you do, like podcast? What else do you do?
Yeah, man. Great question. So, like, I do a lot of music as well. Yeah, I'll have to show you some of my stuff. But that's kind of something I've been really focusing on lately, as well as doing film. I film a lot of jiu-jitsu events.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's any that you might know specifically. You know Patrick McElderry. He's one of the black belts under Sauce. He trains at Riverfront BJJ in Delaware, but he goes to Saga occasionally.
No,
it's okay. Yeah. They run an event called Riverfront, and the We Defy Foundation sponsored their last one, and we filmed that. So it was like a big veteran thing. It was actually really cool. I had a guy on my podcast that's like a Olympic weightlifter that has a wood shop. So we made a bunch of wood American flags, and we're giving them to like fastest sub, male and female. And
that's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff, man.
Cool.
But other than that, right now I kind of just take contracts here and there. I used to work in the IT field. And I'm looking to do like other stuff like that, and I'm always looking for sponsors for this show.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get some sponsors. Maybe Hasbulla's gonna be a sponsor, man.
Yeah, for real, dude. Yo, for real, bro. Like, I mean, if it's like me and you versus like him and his guys, I'd definitely be scared.
You know, I think they want to talk. They want you to talk about Hasbulla, man.
Yeah, right? Dude, they really do, man. That's why I brought it up, right? Yo, man.
Next fight, Hasbulla versus Brad.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be. I'll have to do like a super fight, a fight to win or something. I don't know, man. Yeah. He's probably pull out a gun, like shoot my ass. Yeah. That's scary stuff, man. I don't know. I think like. Like the idea of like a lot of things from like just like Central Asia and just Russia is like people have an opinion that they're very hardened people,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, man,
definitely, yeah, because of the poverty levels,
Yeah, for sure, man. It's What do you think about like just to go like to the extreme of like how like the poverty stuff is? Like North Korea is in that area, man, and you see like a ton of those people trying to get out of that.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. Yeah. I think it's terrible. Yeah, they should like I said, no system is perfect, but democracy is it's a good better system. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at the camera right now, and I'm noticing it's a little dark. I'm gonna hit the light just to bring the brightness up. That should look slightly better for the viewers. Just notice like it's getting a little dark in here. But yeah, man, do you have anything else that you would like to bring up that you're interested in, like, kind of discussing? It's been an honor having you on the show, man. I've had a blast. You've been definitely like one of my favorite guests of the year. Like, I've only been having bangers on in 2022. Like, I gotta just keep it hot.
I appreciate being here. I wish you luck, man. I hope your podcast is gonna go high and far and whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, man.
And I just want to shout out to my police department, Lower Moreland Police Department, everybody I work with, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for being there for me, man. I want to shout out to all the gyms that I train with, to all the people that I train with. Like I said before, Meyer Brothers and my coach Pete, you know, everybody, like all my Dagestani wrestlers, you know, Abdullah, Maga, everybody, you know, thank you guys for being there. Thank you for being my friends. Shout out to my family, my wife, my mother, like I said before, everybody's supporting me. And of course to Montgomery County SWAT team, S Division, man, thank you guys for being there for me as well, man. Thank you. I'm blessed to be part of that team, and yeah. That's all I have.
That's
my
awesome,
brother.
man. Let me ask you a question. So, if anyone wants to train with you, or maybe do you do privates? And maybe like
we can set some not specifically privates, but we can set something up. Just you know, I don't. Unfortunately, another interesting thing about me, I don't have any social media at all. Nothing. Yeah. I just watch videos on YouTube. That's all.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I do.
No, that's good
so
stuff,
yeah,
man.
they can probably contact me through you, whatever, through Saga,
for sure.
through Kyle.
Yeah,
they
they can probably find you through Cosma because that's where you train mainly. Cosma,
I mean, I train mainly at Cosma, but I'm gonna be training with them as well. You know.
Definitely. Yeah. So if you're in the this area of Pennsylvania, just look for the giant Russian man.
Stop by, we'll roll, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
We're gonna work on that dash choke, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to go into that. Maybe we'll maybe we can do like a scenario thing where you can show like how you would use the darts to like put out like a violent guy with a knife or something.
Yeah,
we can talk about something like that.
Yeah,
be really sick. Well, dude, it's been an honor.
All right. Yep. Thank you, my brother.
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you.
Aleks.
All right.
Peace, everybody.